Hello, Golf WRX. This is Tyler Wong over here at Northwest Golf Academy, just outside of Portland, Oregon. Let's continue our discussion about how we get our kids into golf. So, one of the things that is sometimes a knee-jerk reaction for parents to try to help their kids is to try to put their hands on the golf club like an adult would put their hands on a golf club. Okay, so one of the things that we see in our junior camps and in our junior academies are a variation of different kind of styles of grips. So one of the more popular styles, especially with the younger kids, is the hockey style, or the split grip, where they start gripping it all up and down the club shaft and the grip. So parents naturally will try then to get their hands together. Sometimes just telling them to get their hands together doesn't really work because they don't necessarily know what that means, or they don't know how to do it. And I just know that sounds kind of ridiculous, but let's keep in mind that most kids do better with tasks, something to accomplish. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to teach kids how to put their hands on the grip by equating it to something else that they already do. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to say, let's squish your fingers, okay? So take your fingers, squish them together really hard. Let's squish them together on that grip, put them together, squish all those fingers together. So a lot of times that will get kids to at least have their hands working somewhat together with both arms and their shoulders and their body, keeping that connection on the golf club. The second thing is trying to evaluate the direction of the shot based on the club face. So this is something that can be very frustrating for kids, especially when you kind of get beyond that point of getting the golf ball airborne and forward. Now we have to work on a little bit on direction. So let's keep in mind that the club face determines the vast majority of the direction the golf ball will go, especially at the speed that most kids swing, which is on the lower end, is their club face is going to determine the vast majority, 85 if not higher percent of the time where the ball goes. So just to kind of create some awareness, if the ball is going right, it's often that the face is pointed that way as well. So for a right-handed player, we would call that open. If the ball is going left, and particularly if it's going low and left for a right-handed player, it would likely be closed. It's not always the case because kids are not going to hit the face every single time. You may see some balls that go right off the toe. You may see some shanks that come off the heel and go right. You may see some shanks that are actually on the inside portion of the hosel that you'll see go left. So, but on generally speaking, on the shots that are fairly solid, they're airborne, and they're going right, the face is open for a right-handed player, and they're going left, the face is closed for a right-handed player. Flip those around for a lefty. So trying to get the club face to be square at address and at impact is going to help young golfers try to get the ball to go straight. So the first thing I'm going to have you do is have kids grip the club, tell them to squish their fingers together, whether it's an overlap grip or an interlock grip or a version of a 10-finger grip where you have all 10 fingers on the golf grip. Try to get those hands together. Let's get them squished together. The next thing is, hey, let's try to get this club face pointed roughly at the target, and then we can evaluate after that. If you see generally a square club face at address and the ball's still going right, well, let's see if we can turn their hands into a slightly stronger position, okay? So that would be rotating them towards the trail foot, okay? So for a right-handed player, their hands would rotate clockwise towards that trail foot, okay? For a lefty, it would obviously be the opposite. So that's going to help you, again, for those players that get the ball airborne and forward, that's going to help them start to straighten out some of those right shots, some of those left shots, and create a little bit of awareness for you parents that are trying to help the kids have some success, especially early in golf. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for some more instructional videos from myself and other instructors.